Dear students, our topic today will be reaction of metals with the dilute acids. So we'll start our lesson as reaction of metal. Dear, reaction of metal with dilute acid. Okay, so our topic will be reaction of acids with dilute acids with metals. First of all, the metal when react with dilute acid will displace hydrogen from the acid. Okay, dear. Now see, when metal reacts with dilute acid, the hydrogen from acid is displaced, and the metal takes place of the hydrogen. So we'll write here metal reacting with a dilute acid will give a metal salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay, dear. So we have a reaction where metal reacts with dilute acid to form metal salt and hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen gas is the important gas which is liberated in this reaction. So we will take examples one by one. First of all, we'll take this metal sodium. So this sodium will react with a dilute acid, that is hydrochloric acid in dilute concentration. Okay, dear. So it will form, this sodium will displace this hydrogen and it will form NaCl. What is this? This is a salt of the sodium, and this salt is known as sodium chloride. Okay, dear. And in addition, the hydrogen gas will be liberated. Now, this reaction seems to be unbalanced, so we have to balance it. We'll see on right hand side there are two hydrogen, and on left hand side we'll write here 2. So our hydrogen is balanced, but chlorine becomes 2. Here we have only 1 chlorine, so we'll write 2 here. So chlorine becomes 2. Now we have 2 sodium, so we have to write twice sodium. So the statement can be likewise that 2 atoms of sodium react with 2 molecules of dilute hydrochloric acid to form 2 molecules of sodium chloride, and there is liberation of hydrogen gas molecule. Now see, the sodium chloride is also known as common salt. Okay, so we have to remember here that when metal react with hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid, the product formed will be a chloride. Okay, dear. If it reacts with the sulfuric acid, the salt formed will be the sulfide or sulfate. And if it reacts with nitric acid, then the salt formed will be nitrate. So in first example, we take sodium reacting with hydrochloric acid, forming the salt, that is sodium chloride, and there is liberation of hydrogen gas. Now we will take another example. In this example, we will take another metal which will react with the same dilute acid, that is dilute hydrochloric acid. For example, we'll take magnesium. Okay, dear, magnesium. It's another metal. It when it reacts with sodium chloride, when it reacts with the hydrochloric acid, that is dilute hydrochloric acid, it will form a salt that is known as magnesium chloride, MgCl2. MgCl2. So the magnesium is displacing hydrogen once again. So this is an example of displacement reaction. So magnesium displaces hydrogen, forming magnesium chloride, and there will be liberation of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas will be also liberated. Now we are seeing there is single magnesium, there is single chlorine, but there is MgCl2. Two chlorine atoms are utilized to form a molecule of salt. This is because that magnesium is double valent and requires two atoms of chlorine to accept those two electrons. Okay, so the salt form is MgCl2. So what is this? This is magnesium chloride. Okay, dear, this is magnesium chloride. So this gas formed is hydrogen gas. Now we have to balance this reaction because this is not a balanced chemical reaction or equation. So here we have two chlorine, we have single chlorine. What we will do, we'll try to put twice here. So we are getting two hydrogen, two chlorine, a single magnesium atom, and we have a single magnesium atom on the left hand side also. So now we will see that one atom of magnesium is reacting with two molecules of dilute hydrochloric acid to form a molecule of magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Okay, dear? So the reaction is likewise. Now we'll take other acids also, like sulfuric acid. So we will make metals react with other acid also, dilute acid, that is sulfuric acid. So okay, dear. Now see, we'll take the sulfuric acid and make it react with sodium again. So sodium will react with sulfuric acid, H2SO4. This sulfuric acid is also known as king of chemicals. So when it reacts with sodium is metal, it will form the salt, and already I have discussed that will be the sulfate of the metal. Okay, dear? So that will be a metal salt, and the metal salt will be Na2SO4. So this is the salt formed, Na2SO4, and there will be liberation of hydrogen gas also. So hydrogen gas will be also liberated. This is the main point in the reaction. यहाँ पर हम देख रहे हैं कि हाइड्रोजन भी liberate हो रहा है. So it's important here. Now, if we are seeing that there are two sodium atoms here in the right hand side, and there is only one. So we'll try to balance it. If I write twice Na, we have one sulfate here, we have one sulfate here also, we have two hydrogens, means this reaction is now balanced. So in a statement, we can say that two atoms of sodium are reacting with molecule of dilute sulfuric acid to form a molecule of sodium sulfate. This is the salt. So we'll write here sodium sulfate. Okay, dear? And there is liberation of hydrogen gas also. Similarly, we'll take this magnesium and make it react with the sulfuric acid. The product formed will be. So here we write magnesium This magnesium is reacting with sulfuric acid. The salt formed will be what? That will be magnesium sulfate. Simply, that will be magnesium sulfate. So it is MgSO4 plus hydrogen gas. This is a balanced chemical reaction. Okay, dear? So balanced chemical reaction. This magnesium is double valent and it's balanced. So we have seen two acids, that is sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid, that's reacting with the metals like sodium and magnesium. We know these two metals are more reactive. Now, if we take a less reactive metal, what will be the product formed? For example, we'll take zinc. Okay, dear? So from these two metals, where we have seen sodium and magnesium, sodium is more reactive than the magnesium. Sodium is more reactive than the magnesium. So if we take zinc, zinc is less reactive than these two. Now, if zinc reacts with an acid like hydrochloric acid, the salt formed will be ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, dear, ZnCl2, and there will be liberation of the hydrogen gas. Now we have to make this reaction balanced. Simply, what we have to do, there are two chlorine here, there are two hydrogen here. We will write twice HCl. So one atom statement will be likewise. One atom of zinc reacts with two molecules of dilute hydrochloric acid to form molecule of zinc chloride. This is salt, zinc chloride. And there is also liberation of hydrogen gas. Similarly, if the zinc is reacted with sulfuric acid, the result will be like, so we'll make the reaction. Zinc is reacting with sulfuric acid. So what will be the product formed? The product formed will be zinc sulfate. So the product formed will be zinc sulfate. And there is liberation of hydrogen gas. Okay, dear? So there is liberation of hydrogen gas. So similarly, if we take aluminium, make aluminium react with these two acids, the product formed will be like Al. This is the symbol of aluminium. First of all, we will react it with hydrochloric acid. The product formed will be aluminium chloride. That is AlCl3. Okay, dear? So AlCl3, aluminium chloride, and there will be the liberation of hydrogen gas. Okay, dear? Now see, we have 3 chlorine on the right hand side, and we have 2 hydrogen on the right hand side. But on the left hand side, we have a single hydrogen, single chlorine. Means it's not a balanced reaction. So we have to balance it. How? We have to find the common factor of these two, 3 and 2. That is 3 2s are 6. So we can balance it by writing here 6. Okay, dear? 6 times hydrochloric acid. Now, we have to balance it on the right hand side because we have only 3. So we'll write 2 here, twice aluminium chloride. So 2 3s are 6. We have now 6 chlorides or 6 chlorine. We have 2 aluminium. Now we have hydrogen. Here there are 2 and here there are 6. So we have to multiply here. 3 twos are 6, though it's balanced. But on left hand side, on right hand side, we have 2 aluminum, and on left hand side, we have 1 aluminum. So we'll write twice. So the statement will be 2 atoms of aluminum are reacting with 6 molecules of dilute hydrochloric acid to form 2 molecules of aluminum chloride and 3 molecules of hydrogen gas. Okay, dear? So this is the reaction. Now, same aluminum is reacted with H2SO4. The product formed will be, like aluminum sulfate. So the product will be aluminum sulfate. The product formed will be aluminum sulfate. So we have to make it balanced. So it is SO4 thrice. Okay, dear, we have single charge and SO4 ion. So on aluminum, we have aluminum is tetra valent. So you see, there is involvement of 3 sulfate molecules. So the aluminum sulfate formed is Al2SO4 thrice. Okay, dear, and there is liberation of hydrogen gas. Now it's not a balanced reaction, so we have to balance it. So on the left hand side, right hand side, we have 3 sulfates, and here we have single sulfate. What we will do, we will try to write twice here. So we are getting 3 sulfates, we are getting 3 twos are 6 hydrogen. Now we have to write here 3, and here we have 2 aluminum, and we'll write 2 here. So we are getting the statement will be 2 atoms of aluminum are reacting with 3 molecules of dilute sulfuric acid to form 1 molecule of aluminum sulfate and 3 molecules of hydrogen gas. So we'll write here, what is this? This is aluminum sulfate. So this indicates that zinc is more reactive than the aluminum. So if we take now iron will react with both of these acids, but it will react slowly. So if we take aluminum, iron, this will react with both acids, that is sulfuric acid as well as the hydrochloric acid. Now, but the reaction rate will be slow. It will be slower than the zinc or magnesium or sodium or aluminum. So we'll take this reaction, iron Fe plus HCl. So we have the dilute acid here, hydrochloric acid. Iron is reacting with hydrochloric acid, but the rate of reaction will be slow. It will be slower as compared to other metals, other atoms. Okay, dear? Now this will react with hydrochloric acid to form ferrous chloride. It will form ferrous chloride, FeCl2. And there will be liberation of hydrogen gas. This is ferrous. Ferrous chloride. Okay, dear? This is ferrous chloride. So this is unbalanced, so we have to balance. What we will write? We'll write 2 here. So 1 atom of iron will react with 2 molecules of dilute hydrochloric acid to form molecule of ferrous chloride, and there will be liberation of hydrogen gas. Similarly, if this iron reacts with the dilute sulfuric acid, so iron reacting with dilute sulfuric acid the product formed will be FeSO4. So the product formula will be sulfate of the iron, that is ferrous sulfate. And there will be production of hydrogen gas. Okay, dear. This also indicates the rate of reaction indicates that iron is less reactive than the other atoms. Now, if we take this copper. So if we take copper, make it react with dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid, the result will be no reaction. Why? Why no reaction? Because this copper is less reactive than hydrogen and it will not displace hydrogen. When it will not displace hydrogen, it means there will be no reaction. No reaction. So resultant product, so no product will be formed. So thank you.